Hello guys and welcome to today's episode from the channel. Today we're continuing my series of videos where we're taking a closer look at the original Scream 6 script and discussing the differences between it and the final movie we got to see last year. One of the main things people have asked since I've done these videos is whether or not Sidney Prescott was featured in the script much. Well, initially I did a video in the past where I explained how Sidney was spoken about by the killers in the third act. But today I want to do something far better for you guys. I want to explain every single aspect about Sidney from the movie that was cut before filming begun. And you will be surprised to know she was featured quite a bit before all of this was removed. So let me just give you a brief summary. Sidney's presence in the movie is so felt in the original script that it's kind of stupid they cut all this, because it continues the belief that she is involved, but from afar with how kind of people are talking about her. So she's brought up in various stages of the script. I have gone through this script for you guys with a fine tooth comb to bring you every single moment that she's mentioned. So what we're going to do is we're going to read the moments together, we're going to discuss it, then move on to the next and so on. I'll warn you guys though, some of these cuts will irritate you a little bit, especially if you are avid Sidney Prescott fans. Especially the first, because there's a moment after the first attacks in New York when the new survivors all witness the news report about it on TV. So in the movie, Sam immediately gets a call from Gail, but in the script, Sam is so worried that she wants to call Sidney. Let's take a read. The twins, suddenly caught in the middle as both Cap and his sister stare at them, they lock eyes, reading each other. Chad. I mean, it is a little, Mindy, close to home. Tara stares daggers at Chad. Sam. See? Tara. Quinn's dad's a cop. Can we call him and find out what's going on before you make the unilateral decision to abandon my college education and flee the state? Quinn, calling him now. Sam, I need to call Sidney. As she pulls out her phone, Sam's phone rings. The room freezes. Slowly turn and stare at it. Sam looks. Caller ID Gail Weathers. It's so subtle and the tiniest cut line, but for me I feel like they should have been kept in, only because Sam went through an ordeal in 2022 similar to Sidney's, so her wanting to call her is a mixture of her wanting to make sure she's safe, but also maybe she felt this bond with her, because Sidney is the only person who kind of relates to her position. It's such a brief line, but it should have been kept in for my opinion. Next time she's mentioned wasn't cut, it was the chat between Sam, Tara and Gail outside the police station. You know, the whole Sidney deserves a happy ending thing. So moving on to the third time, Mindy had a brief cut line of dialogue when she was discussing franchises and such, and she did mention Sidney, so let's take a little read of that. Rule 2. Whatever happened before, expect the opposite. Franchises only survive by subverting expectations. If the killers last time were whiny snowflake film nerds with letterbox accounts instead of personalities, you can bet the opposite will be true here. On Sam and Tara absorbing this. And rule 3, no one is safe. Legacy characters are cannon fodder at this point, usually brought back only to be killed off in some cheap bid for nostalgia. Sidney's smart to sit this one out, but it's not looking good for Gail and Kirby, and that's not even the worst part. Chad looks at the others. Again, this is so brief and I'm not as upset over this one, but it still is nice to hear her absence addressed by other characters, and her line makes more sense with regards to Sidney than anyone else, because she references characters like Luke Skywalker and Nancy Thompson and all that, and the characters are main characters, and Sidney was the main character of the Scream franchise. So if anything, her point here was that she's in more danger, and Sidney would likely be killed above anybody else. Like, she would be in more danger than anyone else if she came back. So next time she's mentioned, this one drove me absolutely crazy, because I just can't believe this was cut. It was so relevant to Sam's story and her story where we're at watching her, that when I read this and realised it didn't make the cut, it was just such a bad move, honestly. So let's just take a read. Sam, ever since I came back into her life, I've made a mess of it. Gale, life's messy. Sam looks up at Gale. Sam, back when Sydney survived, everyone embraced her. When I survived, they hated me. Because I'm not the good girl, I'm not Sydney Prescott, people prefer me as the villain. Gale, Sam, I know this from experience, comparing yourself to Sydney is not a good use of your time. And besides, you're more like me anyway. Sam, and that's a good thing? Gale smiles at the jab. Gale, fuck yeah it is. We may be loners, but it's made us tough. Sam, that's the thing about loners though, they get lonely. Gale studies her. Where's your mother in all this? I actually love this piece of dialogue. I think a lot of Sam's hate in the movies was extremely meta for Melissa Barrera's hate in real life when 5 came out. It made the whole thing seem real in universe because Sam was feeling inferior. You have to remember that Sydney's fame rocketed when she went through what she did, but the public seemed to hate Sam, similar to how Gale got some flack herself. But more importantly, Gale expresses that she understands Sam's feelings of comparing to Sydney, which is something she did in Scream 4 if you guys remember. There's this like pedestal that the characters put Sydney on, which is exactly what motivated Jill to do what she did in 4. So I just love that for her character. It's just how much she was embraced in universe that is something these characters genuinely struggle with. It shouldn't have been caught, and that is my 2 cents. I may die on that hill, it should not have been caught. The next time she's mentioned is in the phone conversation with Gale and Ghostface, which makes me think maybe the killers overheard this conversation with Sam and Gale before and used it in the phone call against her. She spoke about Sydney, spoke about Dewey and all the rest, so I think maybe it was overheard and it was used to taunt her, because I'm not really convinced that these guys, you know, the killers would have really bothered to have studied, you know, Gale and Sydney's relationship and all that stuff. I think that would have come from them overhearing a conversation that she had with Sam. So following all that, we reach the ending, which is obviously the killers mentioning Sydney again. So let's just read through that again. Bailey. No, then we go to the hospital to make sure Mindy and Gale don't pull through. Then we're going to fly to Seattle and pay Sydney a visit. Carve her little girls up in front of her. Because everyone dies, Sam. Everyone who had anything to do with the death of my son and suffers and dies. This was so dark, but yet still, I'm so annoyed they cut this. You have to remember, Sydney had gone into hiding, but they knew where she was. That's what was so worrying. They knew where Sydney was, so her being in hiding did nothing, and she probably should have just shown up in New York, because it's fine going into hiding if you stay there, but Wayne being a detective obviously made things harder to keep hidden. But it makes me wonder how he knew. Did he have someone following her? This is what I was saying to you guys in the last few videos. There's so much they cut, but then they don't really explain things, you know, from their initial plans with what they cut. And if I was with them, you know, when they wrote this script, I would say, how did he know? Was there a fourth Ghostface? All these kind of questions need answering, which may also explain why it was cut in the first place. But that is the extent of Sydney's role in the original script, if you can call it a role. But now you guys know everything, so what do you think? Do you think, like me, that most of this could have been left? Or do you think it's pointless keeping it? What would you have kept? What would you have cut? Even if there was bits in the movie that we got, you'd have took out or kept in, you know, let me know your thoughts. Tell me every thought you have about this. I always love reading all your comments. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please consider subscribing, as I am doing a full series on this original draft for Scream 6 and discussing what was meant to happen as opposed to what we got. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe. Also give the video a like, as it lets me know you are enjoying the content, and I will see you in the next video.